here we are. All right, Phineas, bro, what's your dream?
My dream in life, from about as young as I can remember, having a dream that wasn't, I'd say like a 4-year-old, 5-year-old dream, because like as a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, like I want to be a construction worker because you're 4. And
Was that actually your 4?
Yeah, it's like a 4-year-old. Yeah, you walk by like a construction site and like I want to drive a backhoe, and then like various. I want to be a cowboy, sort of dreams from cartoons, right? As long as I can remember, as a kind of a person able to really articulate why I liked stuff, I've wanted to make art. That's been the dream. I really have always been obsessed with music, and I think I still let the definition of like my career be very loose. I just say I'm a musician. I'm happy to, if anyone says, do you produce? I go, yeah, of course. But like if somebody goes, what do you do? I just say I'm a musician. I don't say like I'm a songwriter because I think all of it, my day in, day out, like today, my role is like sound checking and performing for other people and playing in this band. But my day next week is going to be writing cues for the score for a television show, and my day with Billy is producing and writing with her and helping her out. So my job changes a little bit, and I also think that like sometimes I just do weird stuff in the music world, right? If I'm helping a friend with a thing, and maybe I'm just like a synth guy that day, like I let it be pretty loose, and I think like in many ways I've been so much luckier than I thought I would be. I would have told you I was succeeding if I was, a studio engineer at a place in LA or a studio assistant or something like that. That would have been a success to me too, because I think the thing I really wanted to not do was spend my day, whether I was making no money or a lot of money, doing something that I didn't love, right? Working at some other company for somebody and then coming home and having to make music on the side.
What was the first music dream, like when you first kind of...
So I was like 11 years old, and I went and saw a Green Day concert, and I was like, that's the coolest. I just was like blown away by the magnitude of it. They were playing the Forum in LA, and there's like, pyro and...
Is this peak Green Day era?
This was right when they'd put out the album 21st Century Breakdown, but I was 11. This was peak me as an 11-year-old. So I was just like, that's the sickest job ever. Yeah. So that was probably number one, of like, I want to be in a rock band and play shows, And then as I got older, it just kind of redefined over the years of like I'd see an artist like Tom Odell. I saw Tom Odell play a show at the Hollywood Forever, like Masonic Lodge, and I was like, this guy is unbelievable. Like that's a new dream of mine. Like I want to be up on stage playing a show like that, So to me, it's always been kind of like seeing these things and having kind of turning points. I have seen a couple shows by the musician Feist in the last couple years, and like new dream, like her show is so amazing. Like doing a show that makes somebody feel the way I felt when I watched that show, that's a new dream. Yeah. I think when I look forward in my life, like I've also always wanted to be a parent. I really love my relationship with my parents, and I've always loved being around kids of kind of any age, and I'm excited to embark on that part of my life, hopefully. And I don't have a crazy feeling of like again, my dream as a musician feels very like, I feel so much luckier than I thought I would ever get to be. So I don't imagine that I'll be a parent and stop making music, because I love it and I'm passionate about it, but I would definitely want to be a very present parent figure in my kid's life. That's an important thing to me. Yeah.
Is that parent dream always been?
I'd say so.
The coolest parent.
They're pretty great. I'd say so. I think part of the reason that's always been there is like we grew up pretty broke. So it wasn't like something where I was like, oh, let me make sure I got enough money to afford a house or something. Like, I think we grew up and I was like, yeah, this looks tight, I don't ever feel like they were like, well, you shouldn't have kids unless you make tons of money. Obviously, it makes it way easier, but it was fine. Yeah.
And like, from like the outside, obviously looking in and seeing a dude that is, from the outside, achieved all the dreams you could have ever hoped to have had as a musician. How do you still dream? Like with music, like what else? Like, are you...
I just get really like, specific, I guess, is like the short answer, right? You know, I got to score the show Disclaimer. Like, that wasn't even a dream of mine. It was just like, oh my God, now I want to do a great job. Now my new dream is to not fuck this up and like do a really good job. You know, each different thing to me is like its own chapter of like, oh wow, I just thought they'd close the door a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, I thought they'd like ask me to give the keys to the car back. So the fact that I'm still in the driver's seat is such a luxury that I just keep sort of like pulling new cards out of the deck and being like, yeah, maybe I'll get to write a musical with somebody. Like, that would be sick. Or, you know,
Broadway musical.
Yeah, like a Broadway musical. Or maybe I'll get to, you know, start a band with somebody, and that'll be really cool. Like, to me, it's all just like, you know, I think I've always had pretty good follow through. Yeah. I usually finish what I start. So I think it's like, oh, I try to be considerate about what I start. I don't have a lot of like things that I start and then give up on. I usually see them all through. Yeah.
Dude, that's so awesome, man.
Thanks, man.
Dude, it is very inspiring to watch someone actually live out their dream. Like,
thanks, man.
It's so cool, dude.
Yeah, I definitely like, you know, all the things are true. All the like money can't buy you happiness, whatever. But I would say if you have a dream and you get to go do it, like, it's pretty great. Obviously, like, again, there are things in my life that I value more, right? I value the health of my family and my friends and myself over like my career or something like that, obviously. But I feel really grateful. Like, I really do wake up grateful.
That's so awesome, bro. And you can still be a cowboy, man.
Someday.
That dream can still happen, bro.
Herding. Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much for being one of the 10 founders.
Appreciate you.
Helping me achieve my dream, bro.
Sweet, man. Well, I can't wait to watch the rest of these.
Thank you so much.
It'll take me 10 years, I'm sure.
Doable, bro. Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Done.
Thanks for being here tonight, you guys.
Of course, man.